next up is the main event. Roman Reigns versus John Cena.
Trouble Chief.
Perfect main event for SummerSlam. Um, Perfect opponent for Roman Reigns. Perfect person to bring in Cena for. As I said earlier, their build's been great, but their promo this past week between the two of them was great.
Just a different
It
level.
kicked off SmackDown and really set the mood for the show. Um, if only the way the show ended with the women's contract signing was as strong as that. Roman Reigns on the mic has been amazing. Cena, when he brings it on the mic, is amazing. I haven't seen Cena in a big one-on-one match on pay-per-view in for 2 years now, so it's gonna be fresh and it's gonna feel like a huge event.
Since
And
The
Roman,
Undertaker,
as
wasn't it?
we've
I
Post
mean,
WrestleMania, I
unless
mean,
you're counting the Firefly
I'm
Funhouse
going. I'm
match.
I'm going. That's been in the past 2 years. This is I'm like
Yeah.
even like over 2 years. It's been
And I think
it's been a while.
the last in-ring match was Cena versus The Undertaker, or was either in the Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber? Was
No, he had after Undertaker he had the Australian
it?
match.
Yeah, yeah, it was that
Um,
match. Yeah,
I'm not counting Undertaker even like because that barely even counted as a match. Um,
yeah, squash match is a match. How dare you?
it is, but I just mean as far as like a John Cena match, like
Like a big
you're
yeah,
no one's gonna watch that and
like a big
like,
fight
oh,
John
this is a
Cena
big
match.
yes, exactly. It's been a long time, so this is feeling super fresh right now. And Roman Reigns is in that position where he not only makes his opponents look great, but he makes match feel like it's a legit big fight. Like he feel like old school Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression era matches where it feels like two stars combating each other, and that's what Roman's gift is, and that's what this match itself is. I mean, you didn't even really need a build for this match, honestly. You easily just could have had their pictures and built it on that alone. But the build's been great, with the exception of the odd, contract signing, which, legality issues aside, it's like, who knows how
It's
contracts
just
work now in WWE. But it is a great build. And if Cena wins, breaks the record. He's now the 17-time World Heavyweight Champion. I think that Roman Reigns is going to crush that dream. He is going to win this match. I think it's going to be great, but I think there's going to be not necessarily a Lesnar type complete suplex city on Cena, but I do think there will be say a bit of the match where Roman is just completely beating down Cena. It's almost like, he's taking the old dog out to shoot him. I mean, it might be a thing like that, but then Cena gets some momentum back. I think this match could possibly be match of the night just because of how great Roman Reigns is at the moment. And Roman Reigns at the end of the night will still be the head of the table, will still be the tribal chief, and will still be the universal champion. Mohammed?
I agree with you that this is gonna be match of the night, and the beauty of it, they don't even need to do anything for it to be match. They just need to step into the ring with each other,
Yeah.
and that's just gonna be enough. That crowd is gonna be wild. Everyone's gonna be
It's,
on the
it's
edge of.
going to be like Hogan and Rock, where it's just
Yeah,
going to be if Hogan and Rock face each other in an empty arena, nobody would care about that match. It was all about the fans. Um,
yeah.
this
And
match
it's
here
gonna be even
needs
like
that reaction.
it's gonna be even like Cena versus The Rock. It's kind of like
Yes,
it's a generation to a generation thing. It's
yes,
the big dog versus. It's the caveat is that this is might be the only one out of those epic encounters where the current guy is the heel, or not the current guy is the heel, but the current guy is just blatantly the evil party here. because Rock versus Hogan.
Yeah,
Rock was the good guy, Hogan was the bad guy. Now it didn't turn out that way according to the crowd, but still, Cena versus Rock, each were good guys, and so and now you got Roman versus Cena, which is yeah. Again, Roman is the I think Roman Reigns has the best, most developed, most interesting character, not in the WWE, in all of wrestling. Eh,
yeah, I agree.
that's covering everywhere from AEW to the minor league wrestling shows to the New Japan to Triple A. Anyway, I don't think there is a character as good or as compelling as Roman Reigns right now. And this might present a problem in the future, but I think the character doesn't. It while it still might work, it does not work as well without the title,
I agree.
because the whole idea is that this evil, malevolent force has a grip on the soul or has the biggest treasure in the land. So
Yes.
once you break that,
If
it's gonna be hard for him to go.
if you take the title off of him, then you just need to have him go into unhinged mode where he's just beating the fuck out of anybody. He's no longer laid back.
Yeah,
He
and
just
then
snaps,
yeah, and then you give him the title again in a two
changes
months
the
down the
character
line.
completely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I think I would not be I would not be that surprised. I honestly would not be sad if Cena wins. It
so would
will
I.
just
I
be a
would
whole
I.
thing of like, oh my God, he just got he won number 17, then you and then you're moving
He
on. But
doesn't deserve the victory against the tribal chief. That's
yeah,
I
yeah,
hate to
eh,
sound old school, but you do that for someone who's up and coming and stuff like
Yes,
that, so it
yeah,
can mean something. Because all that's going to mean is, yay, Cena gets his 17th ring, yay, and nothing else.
yeah.
it's yeah. I know. No, I completely agree with you. But it's if I'm the WWE and I'm thinking I want to give Cena the 17th title, and especially after the 16th champion is now showing up wherever and wherever he wants. Eh, And if I'd be thinking, I'd honestly like if I wanted, like if I had long-term plans for Cena to break that record, I'll be thinking right now, looking at this match, and I'll be thinking, if not now, when?
Yeah.
And I think the window is closing. I think this might be the last legitimate window for them to give Cena that 17th title win. Now the
It
right
is,
thing,
yeah.
yeah, the right thing to do is not give it to him right now, because this might be this would be like Okada beating Naito at Wrestle Kingdom when Naito should have won that match by all.
Yeah,
Honestly, this makes Roman if Roman Reigns crushes the dream of winning the 17th title, it almost makes Roman Reigns look even stronger because he took that away from Cena.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
And and, 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 and let's be real, he can. It's just a title, meaning that he can beat Bobby Lashley. If Cena really wants to break a record, he can just move on to Raw and beat
And
Lashley, and there you go. He has it.
and
It's not,
that's why I said if not now, when, because he's gonna go back to Hollywood sooner or later. Not faulting him for
Mm.
that. He should.
Oh, of course, yeah.
He's doing.
Yeah.
So if you
Should, yeah.
have
But
him,
He's
if you
busted his
had,
ass enough
yeah,
that he deserves it.
exactly. But if they have him right
yeah,
now, they don't know when they will have him, and you can just transition him from one loss to Roman
yeah.
to challenging Bobby Lashley right away. It's again, I'm with Roman
And
retaining.
honestly,
I'm
Honestly,
this is not out of the realm of possibility. SummerSlam, or I mean Survivor Series rematch, they easily could have Cena beat Lashley and then have Cena versus Roman again at Survivor Series.
yeah,
Is possible as well.
yeah. It
it.
could. And I'm thinking,
I could see Cena saying that something to the point of like he needs to prove himself to Roman, and the only way that he can actually get to Roman is by challenging him as the WWE champion and then challenging Lashley for it.
Yeah.
But
um,
then you put yourself in another pickle, which is the give Cena the win over Roman, and then Cena goes away.
hey, it's once in a lifetime match. three times.
That will be the third time, but
Yeah, exactly. See,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
still
weird.
works.
But I'm gonna say I am thinking, and I would be completely more satisfied if the tribal chief retains the championship because, like it or not, like no disrespect to any of his former opponents, since he won the title, Cena will be the biggest feather in his cap. He's gonna be the biggest notch on that belt,
Yes, I agree.
and
Mhm.
then you are building this level of being unstoppable around him. But once he dispatches Cena, here's the real work happens because I think you need to go to the draft because he needs some new challengers and Diamond Pronto.
Mm.
James, who you got for this?
Oh, I have the tribal chief, of course, because I acknowledge my tribal chief Roman Reigns. This is a good match. I was a little bit worried when Cena was on SmackDown doing the Cena stick, but then they got real serious and it picked up. And yeah, this is one of the funny enough, mostly all the SmackDown matches, all the matches I'm looking forward to, except for
Same.
the women's
Yeah,
match. The women's match for Raw, I'm looking forward to. Um, this is going to be a great match, and it's going to be good. It's going to be like Hogan and Rock, but it's not going to switch. It's going to be one sided, which of course is going to be who it is, you know. And I mean like that. People who love Roman but hate Cena would cheer Roman, and vice versa. I'm thinking you hear a lot more "Let's go Cena" than
Yeah.
I hate Roman. Um, no, I think it's great, and I'm thinking Roman's going to win. And the thing is, you're right. It is going to put an extra notch from Roman thing, but we have to look at it like it's not really about that. It's just that Vince wanted this. He wanted his WrestleMania, and this is SummerSlam. It's his WrestleMania and stuff
hmm
like that. So he needs a big time main event. He has two of them that he wants to do, and this is what he wants to do and stuff like that. So I think it
Yes.
will be match of the night, and it's going to be great. And I'm glad John Cena came back, and I think he can come back again. As again, he can
Me
do a
too.
1 month program, do a couple of weeks. He could be back for appearance for Mania, stuff like that. Like you said, he's doing dark matches, but he might not be doing because he's saving himself for the pay-per-view. So
Right.
as long as he do that route, I think he'll be okay. He can probably return and come back. And I really don't think he care about the whole number counts out of respect to Ric Flair. This is me
Same.
thinking him personally.
yeah.
If WWE wants to do that, then that's a different story. So I think he's like to just throw it in there to give you some type of this is the reason why he wants to win so he can beat that record and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'm going with the tribal chief. There'll probably be some interference. Um, Question is, will it be a clean win? That I do not know.
I think it will.
I
Stuff
think
like that.
Roman needs a clean win.
Oh, I know he
It's
needs to, but he ain't gonna.
surprisingly enough, even though he has established his dominance for the last year, and since I think but he has since Mania, I think he has had very little clean wins. Like the WrestleMania main event,
Yeah.
not a clean win. The
Mm-hmm.
victory over
No.
Edge, not a clean win.
Mm-hmm. That's people complaining that some Usos coming in because the thing is he ain't gonna tap out John Cena. So let's see.
Well, he can knock him
So yeah,
out
You can
with
knock him
the
out.
yeah,
Raw.
Yeah. Free
yeah,
stoppage or something.
yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. And again, if we get in one person, they throw in Finn Balor in the mix, not as in the match, but would he insert himself in this?
I don't think so.
In
I
fairness to Cena.
I think he won't. I think it'll be one of those situations where it's just strictly one-on-one. I don't think Finn's gonna pop up again until the next Friday on SmackDown and then make his claim.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think someone new, not new, but someone that's not already established will be the one to beat
Same.
Roman Reigns. But for right now, he needs to keep it going to at least the Rumble and see what happens.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna go to Mania.
Thank you for joining us on the Outlaw Macho Drive-In. If you liked that video, please click like and subscribe to our channel for more content from the Drive-In. For full episodes of our podcast, you may look us up on Anchor, Spotify, or wherever your favorite podcasts are available. Just search for Outlaw Macho Driving. And if it's not too much trouble, would you help us out here? Spread the word, share. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. We love you. Bye.